It's a question that pops into a lot of minds scrolling through YouTube. Is going viral just luck, or is there, like, a recipe?
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're diving into a really fascinating experiment that, well, it leans heavily towards the latter. We're looking at a creator who deliberately set out to see if they could make a brand new YouTube channel take off in just 7 days.
And what makes this so interesting, I think, is that it wasn't just, crossing fingers and hoping for the best.
Right.
This was a planned, step-by-step attempt to figure out and apply a method for rapid growth. And luckily for us, the creator documented the whole thing.
Exactly. So our source today is a video from the YouTube channel Jack Craig detailing his 7-day challenge. Now, it's worth noting, Jack isn't a complete newcomer.
No, definitely not. He's actually seen success using AI voiceovers before in the football niche, I believe.
Yeah.
So he brought some useful experience to this.
Okay, good context.
Yeah.
So our goal in this deep dive is to really understand the specific strategies he used, figure out what seemed to work, what didn't, maybe some unexpected hurdles.
Yeah, and ultimately what you can learn about trying to build a YouTube presence quickly.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Where did this whole week-long journey even start?
Well, the absolute foundation, the very first step, was picking the right niche.
Okay.
And the creator chose SpongeBob fan theories.
SpongeBob. Okay, that sounds a bit random at first glance.
It does, but what's intriguing here is the research behind it. It wasn't just pulling it out of thin air.
Right, so not just picking a favorite cartoon.
Yeah.
He actually looked at existing channels, to see what was performing well.
Exactly. He specifically mentioned a channel called Shower with SpongeBob and noticed their really impressive view counts on recent shorts.
Ah, okay, so seeing existing success. But he wasn't just going to copy them, presumably.
Precisely. He found a specific sweet spot within that whole SpongeBob world. These viral fan theories that were already getting traction on places like TikTok.
Oh, yeah, those are huge on TikTok.
And even on YouTube itself, in longer videos, too. The idea was really to tap into that existing audience excitement.
So the insight was taking these popular theories and basically reframing them, making original mini-episodes using AI SpongeBob voices.
Yes. So it wasn't just repeating the theory, it was creating entertainment based on the theory for people already into SpongeBob.
That's clever. So for you listening, the very first takeaway here seems to be the huge importance of research, like finding where the audience already is before you even make anything.
Absolutely. And that leads pretty naturally into the next step, setting up the channel itself. He really stressed speed here and getting the branding relevant, but quickly.
He used an older YouTube account, right? Something about it being at least a week old. He thought that might help a bit.
Yeah, that was his thinking. Then the channel name, Bikini Bottom Stories. I mean, perfect fit, obviously.
Totally on brand.
And the time he spent on the branding is quite revealing. He deliberately gave himself only about, 15 to 18 minutes for the banner and profile pic?
Wow, that's fast.
It really highlights that focus on efficiency. Don't get bogged down trying to make it absolutely perfect right away. Just get something decent up and keep moving.
He also mentioned something relatable about that feeling of starting from scratch, even if you've had success before. He called it a humbling experience.
Yeah, that's true.
And he made a point of saying, there are no secret tricks, really. It's more about experience and just being willing to experiment and, learn as you go. He framed YouTube growth as a fair playing ground.
I like that perspective. It's encouraging, right?
Yeah, it is. This idea that it's a level field where smart effort can pay off.
It is. And that mindset, that kind of takes us to what he called the most important step in the whole experiment, creating that very first short video.
Okay, this was the big one, the attempt to, kickstart the virality.
Yeah.
He essentially speedran the creation process for this first one.
He did. He found a popular SpongeBob fan theory script, one that had already done well on TikTok.
Okay.
And then he adapted it, rewrote it slightly so it was told from SpongeBob's perspective.
Ah, okay. Giving it a unique angle. And the editing, how did that work?
So the workflow here had some really smart efficiencies. He generated the SpongeBob AI voiceover, which you'd expect, but then he used a tactic he called underrated, sourcing pre-edited video clips directly from TikTok.
Wait, from TikTok? Not original SpongeBob clips.
Right.
Yeah.
His thinking was sort of leverage content that's already proven engaging in that short-form vertical video style.
Huh. That's actually a really clever shortcut. The visuals are basically pre-optimized.
Exactly. So he grabbed those, added some SpongeBob-style transitions, the wipes and thing,
Yeah, the classic ones.
put in relevant sound effects, added captions, and boom, first short done.
And how long did that take the first time?
He said just under 2 hours for that first
Okay.
one, and he expected, that time would drop as he got the hang of it.
Makes sense. Learning curve. So he creates it. Then what? Yeah. The upload strategy must be key too.
Definitely. He focused on a relevant, catchy title. Then he basically reworded the title slightly for the description, making sure to include the hashtag shorts hashtag.
Okay, standard shorts practice.
Yep. Set the audience to not made for kids. We'll come back to why that's important later.
Foreshadowing.
Maybe. And added relevant tags for discoverability. Pretty standard stuff, but executed carefully.
So the moment of truth, what happened after he uploaded it, the first 24 hours?
The results were pretty good, actually. Over 12,000 views in the first day.
Nice. And subscribers.
Over 100 subscribers. He actually noted that the sub rate was sort of average for unique content like this, which is an interesting little benchmark for you.
Okay. 12K views, 100 in subs. Not bad for day one on a new channel.
Not bad at all. And what's particularly insightful, I think, is his strategy after uploading. He didn't immediately just spam more videos.
Oh, why not?
He talked about letting the short breathe, giving it time for the algorithm to potentially push it out further. His guess was it might hit maybe 50,000 views before it started slowing down.
Okay. So understand that initial push phase and not cutting it off too soon by uploading something else. That's a good takeaway.
Definitely. Timing matters. And he was also looking closely at viewer retention. Super critical for shorts.
Right. The algorithm loves retention.
Yeah.
What were the numbers?
The short was 41 seconds long, and the average view duration, or AVD, was 36 seconds.
Wow, that's really high retention. 36 out of 41 seconds is great.
It is. That level of engagement sends really strong positive signals to YouTube.
So that strong data probably influenced what he did next.
Absolutely. It informed his plan for future content. He decided to make slightly longer shorts, aiming for closer to that 59-second maximum.
To potentially get even higher EVD.
Exactly. Boost that key metric even more. He also briefly mentioned his private coaching for shorts and shared a success story about someone named Sad getting great results.
Okay, a little plug there.
Yeah, hinting at unreleased niches and personalized strategies based on these experiments he runs.
Gotcha. Okay, so on to the second short. Did he apply these learnings? Was it faster?
It was noticeably faster. He said the script only took about 15 minutes this time.
Big improvement.
And the total production time dropped to about an hour and a half. So, yeah, definitely getting quicker.
And the topic. Still fan theories.
Yep. This time it was the big one. The Krabby Patty secret formula. Always a hot topic in the SpongeBob world.
Oh yeah, classic. People love that mystery. Did he change how he sourced clips?
Slightly. For this one, he mentioned sourcing specific scenes he needed directly from YouTube, looking for particular episode moments.
Okay, more targeted sourcing.
And he really focused on crafting a strong, believable hook right at the start. Something about Mr. Krabs supposedly revealing the secret ingredient. He even showed how he tweaked the original clip to make his version more compelling.
Nice. And the length. Did he go longer?
Yep, increased it slightly to 49 seconds, again aiming for that better average view duration.
Makes sense. So how did this second one perform initially? Better than the first?
Even better, yeah. He described seeing an exponential growth pattern in the analytics right away, something he recognized from past videos that went really viral.
Okay, so things are looking up.
Yeah.
Viral potential showing. Any difference in subs or comments?
Interestingly, he noted the initial subscriber count wasn't quite as high relative to views compared to the first short, but the comment section was buzzing. Lots of engagement there.
Okay. So maybe slightly fewer subs per view, but deeper engagement from the viewers who did watch.
Exactly. And that's an important point. High comments don't directly cause more views, but they're a fantastic sign that your audience is really connecting with the content, building that community.
True. And did he look at the audience demographics again for monetization potential?
He did. And it was looking really good. About 50% of the viewers were from the United States.
Wow, half in the U.S. is great for ad rates.
Yeah, and the other countries in the top 4 were also, typically high RPM regions. So the potential for earning decent ad revenue later on looked really strong.
Okay, so things are accelerating. The niche seems right. Retention is good. Monetization looks promising. Sounds like smooth sailing.
Yeah. This is where things took a bit of a turn. An unexpected hurdle popped up.
Uh-oh. What happened?
He got what he called the worst notification a creator can get.
Don't tell me.
and age restriction. The second short, the Krabby Patty one, got flagged and classified as content made specifically for YouTube Kids.
Ouch. That kills reach, doesn't it? Especially for that kind of content.
Instantly.
Yeah.
He showed the graph views basically flatlined right after it hit around 50,000. The restriction just stopped its momentum cold.
Did he appeal it? Could he argue it wasn't really for kids, just about a kids show?
He did appeal, yeah. But unfortunately, the appeal was rejected, so the restriction stuck.
Man, that's got to be frustrating. After all that work and the promising start.
Totally. Despite that major setback, though, the final view count on that second short still managed to climb over 200,000 views.
Okay, 200K is still pretty significant, even with the restriction cutting it short.
It is, objectively. But from his perspective, given the initial trajectory and his goal of maybe hitting millions in that first week, he actually framed it as a failure.
I can see why he'd feel that way, comparing it to the potential.
Mhm.
High standards. But surely there were lessons learned, right? Even from the failure.
Oh, absolutely. He emphasized the silver lining, the value of the learning experience itself. Thinking about niche competitiveness, maybe the fan theory angle was too close to the original kids' content, refining retention techniques.
Yeah.
And the really big practical takeaway for everyone was the absolute need to clearly state in your channel description if your content could be seen as being for kids, even if it's aimed at an older audience, like fan theories often are.
So be proactive in the channel settings and description to avoid that auto-classification, maybe.
Exactly. It really hammers home how crucial it is to understand YouTube's policies inside and out and categorize your stuff accurately from the start. And again, he did mention his coaching offer for people wanting to dig deeper into these growth strategies.
Right. Well, this is super fascinating stuff. If you're finding these insights into rapid YouTube growth valuable and want to delve deeper into strategies for building your own audience, make sure to follow US on YouTube Goated Clips channel for more deep dives into fascinating content creation experiments.
So, wrapping up the key takeaways from this whole 7-day challenge, what stands out? Well, first, that deep niche research is just non-negotiable.
Yeah, finding that demand first.
Second, building efficient workflows, getting faster at creating content without sacrificing quality too much.
The TikTok clip sourcing was a great example of that.
Third, understanding and optimizing for audience retention. That AVD metric is king, especially for shorts.
Absolutely.
And fourth, it does show that rapid growth is possible with strategic content. It's not just luck, but...
Right. Unexpected things can happen, like that age restriction.
Exactly. Challenges like content classification can really throw a wrench in the works, even with a good strategy. You got to be prepared for bumps in the road.
Definitely food for thought. And remember, don't forget to follow us on YouTube Gated Clips channel for more in-depth explorations of how online content gains traction and goes viral.
You know, this whole experiment, it really makes you think, doesn't it? What other niches are out there, maybe underserved or just waiting for a fresh angle? What unique perspective could you bring to a topic people already love using this kind of method? Identifying demand, adding your own twist.
Yeah, lots to consider. It's about being strategic, efficient, and adaptable. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Goated Clips channel.